Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to all. MMU Speaks On live webinar series is back for its third season. So the sixth episode will be live today, Friday, the 23rd July 2021 at 4 p.m. on MMU Facebook page and MMU YouTube channels. So don't miss the chance to discover the world of engineering and technology with me today. Uh, with me today is Miss Tung Li Hua, lecturer from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. Miss Hani Marlina Binti Murshid, program coordinator and lecturer for Diploma in Electronic Engineering from the same faculty, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, also known as FET. And Mr. Ji Kian Singh, a program coordinator, a senior lecturer for Diploma in Mechanical Engineering, also from the same faculty, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, also known as FET. Learn more about the overall programs offering at FET with a special focus on 2 diploma programs. MMU Speaks On will be hosted by me, yes, me, Mustafa Wazir, a lecturer, academic counselor, happening live now, Friday at 4. Save your date with us. Stay tuned. To jumpstart the show, please help me welcome Ms. Tong Li Hua, lecturer, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, to give us an overview of the Faculty of Engineering and Technology. Over to you, Ms. Tong Li Hua.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. Thank you so much. A very warm welcome to all of you, and I'm really glad to share with you about this exciting journey of discovering the world of engineering. I hope that by the end of this webinar, each and every one of you will actually have an idea or get an insightful perspective of how engineering works, and do join us in the Multimedia University. Without further ado, let me share with you my slides. Let's go to today's highlight and let me share with you the slides. Well, today I'll be sharing on Faculty of Engineering and Technology Malacca campus. Well, we will look at this is how our Malacca campus look like. We are a full-fledged campus located in the renowned historical state of Malacca, a very beautiful campus with beautiful scenery and greenery around our campus, fresh air, right? Okay, so let's look at the highlight of what is engineering is all about. Well, what do you understand about engineering? Engineering is basically the use of scientific principles, mathematical science, and all to design and build machines, structures, tunnels, road vehicles, and anything you can think of. Well, in short, what you actually understand about engineering is we want to improve people's lifestyle. We solve problems. We try to make life easier for everyone. Engineering comprises of a lot of fields, all right, which mostly focus a lot on mathematics and also science. Then you probably think about, is engineering the right course for you? Then, of course, when you should ask yourself some of these questions. For example, like, are you skilled in your practical work? Do you actually enjoy building Lego structures? Because I have some friends that really enjoy it even from childhood. They enjoy building their creativity using all these Lego structures. What about the machines? Do you tinker on these machines and electronic devices? Can you solve math problems? Do you like to work independently? Do you have good grades in mathematics and physics? Well, these are the things, if you have come across any of these questions in mind, probably engineering is the right course for you. So you should come and join us and know more about our engineering degree. Then probably some of you are still thinking, if engineering, or if what is your future career, you are still thinking, then I want to share with you today is why choosing engineering as your degree is a safe choice. So first of all, do you know that by having an engineering degree, you actually have a diverse pathway for graduates? And why it is so, right? We in our university, we teach a lot of skills and knowledge which is diverse compared to other professions, which is why if you compare other programs compared to engineering programs, we actually take 4 years. It's a bit slightly longer. And let me share with you also why we are taking much more longer compared to other programs is because in an engineering program, we covered technical skills, which is very essential. We cover design skills because I mentioned earlier, the engineer actually learn to design and build to solve today's world problems. So we also have entrepreneur skills, we have management skills, social skill, presentation skill, all under one roof. We all trained our students, the soon-to-be engineers, to be lifelong learners. And why is it so? Because in today's ever-changing world, because I say engineers solve problems, you have problems coming up all the time. So in today's world, we train them to be lifelong learners, means that they should be able to adapt to today's problems, today's issues, and they are able to learn from the past, looking at the future to be able to solve all these problems. So nowadays, in our engineering programs, we expose our students to AI, the artificial intelligence, to big data, cloud computing, Internet of Things. And these things are all actually the trend, the current trend of today's world, right? So next, I also mentioned to you earlier, how are you going to diversify your career path if you have an engineering degree? All right. So for example, if let's say you graduate as an electronics engineer or you have an electronics engineering degree, you could choose to further as an AI expert, the artificial intelligence expert, or if not, if you like to be your own CEO, right, you could choose to be an entrepreneur in your AI solution company, right? Where else? If let's say you graduate as a mechanical engineer, you could also proceed to take your MBA, your Masters of Business Administration, and you could move on the ladder, your career ladder, as a senior manager followed by a CEO. So at the end of the day, you are still a CEO regardless of whatever career path that you are choosing. All right. So next, we'll look at some of the examples of the CEO, right? For example, this are these figures have in common? What do you think? What are these figures have in common? I'm sure that many of you have seen these figures before. If not, you probably seen the company logos, for example, Google, Amazon, the Apple, AMD. I'm very sure if you have not seen the person, these figures, or you've not seen this logo before, I'm very sure you have at least bought something from one of these companies. All right, or have at least used one of their services from these companies. Okay, so what are all these figures in common is actually they are the CEOs. Why are they having all these big companies? And what else? What else do you think all these CEOs have in common? Well, if you do a background check on them, well, you have Google, right? So you can actually do a background check on these top CEOs, and what do they have in common is actually they are all engineers, right? So engineers, it means that this engineering job or engineering degree is very versatile. You can be a CEO just if you have an engineering degree, all right? So other than that, okay, if you compare to your Fortune, if you look at the Fortune 500 CEO magazines, right, you will see that engineering is one of the most common undergraduate degree. And why do I say so? Based on its statistics and its research, 1/3 of the CEOs majored in engineering and only 11% from business school. So based on this Harvard Business Review statistic, don't you think engineering program is such an amazing degree to take on? So if you are still thinking about it, think no longer, just come and listen and join us to look further into this engineering career prospect. So I have discussed so many, I've shown so many about the engineering CEO, the top CEO of your international companies. Then let's look back at those graduates. What about our Permata Dunia graduates? What do they have to share? So I want to share with you our Faculty of Engineering and Technology graduates. They are also job creators of our country. For example, if you have not heard or seen about Movie is actually a car sharing platform. Mr. Nick Muhammad Amin is one of our Permata Dunia. There is a founder and the CEO of this Movie. It's nothing new. It's a very good company that weighing the options for car sharing industry in this year. All right. Then next we have Mr. Robbie Pang, which is also the founder of Inch IoT Sendirian Berhad. All right. So in this IoT solution, as I mentioned earlier, in IoT, this is Internet of Things, which is a current trend of today's world. So see how much achievements our Permata Dunia have achieved so far. Then next one, we have also graduates from working as a director and engineer in Norisba Energy, also on Saudi Aramco. All right, so these are a few of our graduates. Let's move on further. Another facility integrity engineer. We have a company in North America, which is Current Group, and we also have graduates in Shell Malaysia. So, and I'd like to share also even our Vice President of Telecom Malaysia is also one of our Permata Dunia of our Multimedia University. Mr. Tan Shiong, also CEO of BIP. So all these graduates have achieved way beyond their capabilities and go beyond. And I'm sure that one of you or any of you that join us could be just like them. All right. So where do our FET graduates employed? Right. So if you see, there is many multinational companies, all right, such as Huawei, Texas, Infineon, Shell, Petronas. These are all our graduates employed in. Okay, after so many exciting sharing on the CEOs, regardless whether international or our Permata Dunia graduates and so on, I'm sure you are very curious on how you can be one of them. Okay, so let me share with you how. If after obtaining your SPM certifications, you have 3 paths. Okay, you have 3 paths that you can go before enrolling into our engineering degree program. Well, the first path, okay, I would say the fastest route to getting an engineering graduate as an engineering engineer, right, is to go through the foundation in engineering or the foundation in science. That would take about a year only. Another option or another pathway is you can go on as taking a diploma in engineering. It's a bit longer, but it doesn't matter because after you have completed a diploma, you can actually enter the 2nd year of your degree. Okay, of course, the final option is if you are already a graduate from STPM, all right, or an A level, you could enroll directly into our degree in our engineering. Okay, and once you have obtained your degree, right, you look at your employment. So I mentioned earlier just now that you can't have a diverse pathway of career, right? When you go into employment, you can choose to be entrepreneur, just like any of our CEOs I mentioned. You could choose to be a researcher, finding new ideas and knowledge to improve and help others. You could be an academician, helping younger generation, right? So these are the things that you can look to as your career path. And then during your employment, you probably think of having a professional certification. And how are you going to get this professional certification is you should have at least 3 years of working experience, and then you can apply to take your professional assessment examination by the Board of Engineers Malaysia. And after passing all this, I'm very sure that you would be one of the professional engineer in our country. Okay, then next, I will share with you why you should consider Multimedia University as one of your top choice when you want to enroll into an engineering program. Well, look at here. This is our campus. This is our faculty, right? We in our faculty, we motivate to actually bring in this term called industry in campus towards IR 4.0. And what do I mean by industry in campus? What I mean is when we have industry in campus in MMU, right? We actually want to bring the reality of industrial practices into the faculty. And how do we do that? We do that by curricular embedment of my industrial-centric subjects. Okay. We also have sponsored competitions. We have industrial-based projects, and we have guest lectures, in industrial visits, and so on. And what does our faculty actually do to engage our industry is actually we have our own industry lab in the university. We conduct industrial visits so students can have exposure to the current trends in the factories, in the companies, and so on before they graduate. We do seminars. We invite alumni to share their experiences. We do industrial collaborations. We do student and industry engagement. Right, this is some examples of our alumni sharing their journey, sharing what they know to our students so that the students have an idea of what is the working world, what is the current trend, and how they can relate their studies compared to what they are doing in the university. We also collaborate together with other universities as well as with other companies, all right? So that we can get to the latest trend and latest technology. So we work together on projects, we work together on building this collaboration to further improve this career prospect of an engineering program. Well, next is about our curriculum embedment, all right? What we do is we embed this industrial relevant curriculum into our program, and all these are supported by our industrial partner such as Zte, Infineon, Texas, Kohu, and Huawei. Their programs are part of our subjects, so it means that our subjects are very highly related to our current trend. We solve current issues of what the problems the company are facing and so on. So this is very important if you are looking into your career prospect of, in fact, any program. You have to be up to the latest, up-to-date trends of today's issues, right? We also have subjects related to IR 4.0 and 5G. I think IR 4.0 and 5G is not new to you. Well, this is also one of our latest trends. Is now embedded into one of our some of our elective subjects, right? Such as AI, additive manufacturing, Internet of Things, radio network planning, so on and so on. Okay, so this is our 5G journey because it is progressing forward. So we have MOU and MOA signing, we have internal training, we have public talks, when we even provide Zte scholarship to those that's interested in this field. Okay, let's share our very special lab, very special center in our Multimedia University. We have this called Zte Mmu Training Center. So what does all this center does is, this is one of its kind in Southeast Asia. How amazing is that? Well, if you want to join us and come join us, right? Come and join our university. It is a fully equipped with 5G connection, and some of the machines and all the equipment that's in the lab, these are the few. that I would like to share with you. We also have a smart lab, which is called RoboSpace. All right, this RoboSpace, all right, is a multifunctional place. All right, we can use it as a teaching and learning place. We can use it as a competition, a 3D design, printing area, and so there is a lot of things that you can do in this smart lab. It's fully equipped with very advanced equipments that makes students learning very flexible and enjoyable. So these are some of the diagrams, or these are some of the pictures that I want to show you, to show you that the first picture, the students are using it as a learning center and so on. So this RoboSpace is a convertible area. So you can see that we can expand it into a competition area. We can move the chairs and tables. Students can do their 3D printing design, right, in the lab and so on. All right. So after listening to all those fascinating facilities, right, we can look at our students' achievement, what our students have done, how we have trained our students to ensure that they have these skills, these technical skills, these presentation skills to excel before they graduate as an engineer. So let's look at some of our students' achievement, right? This year, 2021, our students won an award in the Prototype Vehicle Design Award in the Shell Eco Marathon Asia, the Zte Mmu competition. Very awesome team we have over there. Well, back in 2019, right, another team of students actually won the fastest prototype category. All right, so these students create excellent and outstanding achievement during their studies and their tenure as students in Multimedia University. Well, other than that, we have Robocon, right? Our students also went to compete in Robocon Malaysia in the same year, and they came back winning a consolation prize, which is an awesome job too. Next, we go to, other than that, we also go, our university also organized VEX Robotics in collaboration with Infineon Co. and other industry that's involved in robotics. All right, and the best part about this is our MMU team was able to represent Malaysia at the world competition. So this is how they have managed to bring Multimedia University and also Malaysia's flag in the eyes of the world. So amazing, don't you think so? Okay, other than that, right, other than being having achievements in all these competition, we also ensure our students have soft skills, able to build their network around the world. So in our faculty, we organize a global study program. And in this global study program, we have cultural exchange where students meet and learn about each other, exchange knowledge, so on and so forth. So in this case, we have the students from the Philippines. They came over to Malacca campus, and they exchange cultural, they have a lot of events organized together. At the same time, at the same year, we also sent a number of students back to the Philippines. Okay, of course, we have exchange. This is also called a student exchange program, where if you see these special students experience a different environment of learning. So they learned about the culture in the Philippines. And if you look at these pictures, they're actually doing involved in the rehabilitation of the mangrove forest. All right, where they plant the forest, the mangrove plants near the coastal area of the Philippines, which is a very awesome experience that you will enjoy if you join us in MMU. We also have students going to the Thailand. We have also students coming in from the Thailand and also from Japan. So I hope that all this exciting journey, right, will actually give good experience and knowledge to all these students. All right. To look at our students' projects, what they have done at their probably their final year. All right, what they can do after they enroll into the engineering program is amazing what you can see. So they have built these rescue robots, complicated circuits, right? But I believe that if you enroll with us, you definitely can be one of them and build even a better one than this, right? They have also mobile robot for pipeline inspections. We also have interactive robots. There are some of the examples of the projects. Of course, we have many more, but yeah, due to limited time, I won't share all. Okay, so let's move on to teaching and learning. All right. So you're probably until now thinking, what is different? What is so special about Faculty of Engineering and Technology in MMU? Why do I need to enroll? Well, you get to experience a diversified type of learning, which is very student-centric approach. We have peer tutoring program, we have counsel and monitor, we have appraiser events, and we have a variety of teaching methodology and learning to ensure all our students are able to achieve excellent results when they are as a student in our faculty. So let's share with you what peer tutoring program is all about. In peer tutoring program, we have our senior students, right? They are able to guide and assist our junior students. So this program is really good because they learn to collaborate, they learn to communicate among each other, and it's also very good for the peer tutors because this actually helps them to build their soft skills and also knowledge when they learn to teach and share and assist all these juniors. So we don't leave anyone behind. In MMU, we always make sure everyone is on the same track, on the same path. That is the best part of being a student in MMU. We also have a counsel academic assistant where you can have regular meeting with your deans, with your deputy deans, your academic advisor, should you encounter any problems throughout your learning, throughout your studies in the university. Well, other than that, we also incorporate instructional tools to engage students, to make sure students are always motivated, are always engaged in their learning. Well, another one is I want to highlight is a team-based learning, which is very important because when you go out to work as an engineer, when you go out to work as an entrepreneur, as anything, you learn to work as a team. So why team-based learning is because we actually we want to enhance the 4 C's. And what are the 4 C's? Communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking. Why are these 4 skills are important? They are very essential for your 21st century learning. These are the 4 skills that will actually bring you to move on to climb your career ladder. All right, so that's why we feel that teaching and learning in the university is really important. So in this MMU, you will experience this special and very innovative teaching and learning. So I'm sure that you enjoy with all our lecturers and all your colleagues and all your friends together in this university. All right. After I've shared so many things, so many exciting and amazing things from becoming having a career path, from having a good, excellent facilities in our university, from the achievement of your students, our students, our Permata juniors, right, and all the good things about the university. I'm sure you are very curious by now. What does MMU have to offer for you in terms of our engineering courses? All right. So without further ado, let me share with you, right, this what we have or what can we offer to you if you think about joining us in engineering. Well, we have 4 tracks if you want to join us, right? The first one is your foundation of engineering. If you recall earlier, I mentioned you have your different paths of coming in to enroll as an engineering degree. We offered foundation of engineering, which takes about a year. If you do not interested in foundation, you probably want to think about taking a diploma in engineering. We have 2 diploma in engineering, which is electronic and mechanical engineering. Later, my colleagues, Mr. G and Ms. Honey, will actually discuss further on this diploma in details. This diploma program will take about 2 years and 9 months, okay? Then after that, regardless whether you take foundation or diploma, you can enroll into the bachelor degree. Bachelor degree will take about 4 years, where we have the Bachelor Degree of Electronics, majoring in telecommunications. And then we also have the electronics majoring in robotics and automation. And lastly, we have the Bachelor of Engineering in mechanical. Well, if let's say you have already graduated from it, you can do your postgrad in MMU too. You can do your Master of Engineering Science, and you can also do your PhD with our university. All right, so this is one thing I think each and every one of you should consider before enrolling into any engineering program in any other university too. Because I want to let you know that the beauty of our engineering programs is all of our programs are accredited by MQA and BEM. And what is MQA and BEM? MQA is the Malaysian Qualification Agency, and BEM is the Board of Engineers Malaysia. Okay, it is very important for you to ensure that whatever engineering program you take are fully accredited by these bodies. Why? Because as a graduate, you are required to register as a graduate engineer. And if you have graduated with our MMU degree, Bachelor of Degree, I can assure you that you are qualified to register as a graduate engineer. All right. And if you have taken our diploma program, you can also register as an inspector of works, IOW. And another option or another things I want to share with you is that these programs, all our programs are also recognized by Washington Accord and Dublin Accord. So next is about academic pathway. So you probably think that, what if I've taken foundation engineering? What should I do? What can I take? What are the things, what are the options that I can go into? So these are the options, or these are the courses that you can take in our Malacca campus. First, you can go into Bachelor of Electronics majoring in telecommunications. You can go into Bachelor of Electronics majoring in robotics and automation. And if you want to, you can also go into mechanical, Bachelor of Electronics mechanical. So like I mentioned before, all these three programs will take approximately 4 years to complete. So altogether, if you are enrolling into our engineering, foundation of engineering, altogether you will need 5 years in MMU. Seems long, but don't worry. In MMU, it is very exciting for you to learn and join, because we have many activities and so on. So I'm assure you that you enjoy your 5 years of learning in the Multimedia University. All right, so let's say if you decided to enroll in diploma instead, what are your career path? What are the academic pathway once you have obtained the diploma? Well, if you have obtained a diploma in electronic engineering, you can enroll in 2 of our programs, which is the majoring in telecommunications, and another one is in robotics and automation. So you observe that if you have taken diploma, you only need 3 more years to actually complete your degree. Then what about in diploma in mechanical engineering? Same, 3 more years, and you can enroll in when you enroll into your Bachelor Engineering in mechanical. So altogether, if you have chosen the diploma program, will take about 5 years and 9 months. Okay, don't worry, extra 9 months, extra skills. So it's an exciting journey. All right. So later on, both of my colleagues will share with you how is diploma in engineering is different, and how is it exciting to join in. Okay, so if you choose into foundation of engineering, what will you learn? Okay, so basically, what you learn is mathematics and science. Is quite similar to your pre-unit, your A-levels, except that when you enroll into foundation engineering in our Faculty of Engineering and Technology, we organize your subjects, these subjects, in a way that it is more focused. It is more focused, and it leads you to a pathway where we build very strong foundation for you, so that you are able to excel in your bachelor's degree. So remember, foundation is very, very important, right? It's similar as when you build a house. or any concrete thing. So right, you need a very strong foundation. That's why you should enroll into our foundation in Multimedia University, because I assure you, you can build very, very strong foundation and you can excel as a very excellent engineer or even entrepreneur in the future. All right, so let's discuss more on what about your degree? What do we cover? So in a Bachelor of your Electronics, I have mentioned two major, right? One is telecommunication, one is robotics and automation. Okay, so what are the difference between these two is during their first 2 years, they're probably going to learn the same thing. We're going to go further details into mathematics, programming. We teach them how to program, and then you go into signal processing, so on. So these are more into electronics. And what is different in telecommunication is in telecommunication, we focus a lot on your 5G network planning, your IoT system design. These two are very, very, it's a current trend now, right? It's very important. Okay. You have mobile communications or anything about the telecommunications area. Okay. Then what about robotics and automation? Are you interested in building robots? Because there's so much automation now, even in the factories, everything is under automation. So what is this different? What is special about this robotics and automation is in this degree, we cover artificial intelligence, we cover the computer integrated manufacturing, we cover machine vision, robotics, so on and so forth. So this will actually help you to understand how does robotics and automation works in that way. Okay, then what about Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical? So Bachelor of Engineering Mechanical is slightly different, okay? It's because that in mechanical studies, you actually look at how system works. So the subjects that we will learn actually goes into more into statics and dynamics. How does the system works? And the static, what about dynamic system? What are the materials that you use? Very interesting degrees, all right? And then what is the focus of this Bachelor of Mechanical is that you have your energy technologies, you have your 3D design and printing. We also introduce artificial intelligence, not to leave behind, right? These are all the current trends. So you need to be part of them. You need to learn it as part of your program. Okay, so with that, I hope that all of you have an idea of how our engineering programs are being offered in this University, Multimedia University. So with that, I think my other colleagues will also share with you in details in how the diploma programs works. And I think that's all from my presentation. I hope that you let us engineer your future and let you yourself engineer your future too together. All right. And I think thank you very much. And back to you, Mr. Encik Mustafa.
Thank you, Ms. Tong Lee Wah. It was very well explained in great detail with samples and understandings of all the engineering parts and components of all the department, I think. Okay, moving on. Let me pass the floor to Ms. Harni Marlina binti Murshid, Program Coordinator and Lecturer for Diploma in Electronic Engineering. Ms. Harina, can you explain a little bit about your diploma and overview of the whole course from start? Over to you, Ms. Harina.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all viewers. I hope that this live session finds you in good health. I am Harni Marlina, and today I'm going to present some highlights of the program that I'm currently attached with. So let me share my screen. Okay. So Diploma in Electronic Engineering, or in short DEE, was established since 2005. So this program is offered in MMU Malacca, campus only, with a strength of 7 experienced academic staff. Yes, I did. Is my slide in full screen? No, okay, let me do it again. Is it okay now? Okay, let me do something on this. Yeah, my entire screen, yes. Okay, is this better? Okay, I apologize for the glitch. Okay, let me start again. Yeah. So Diploma in Electronic Engineering, or in short DEE, was established in 2005. So this program is only offered in Malacca campus with the strength of 7 experienced academic staff. So other than being accredited by MQA, as being mentioned by Ms. Tong just now, so we are also accredited by ETAC, or Engineering Technology Accreditation Council, from BEM. So this is important so that our graduates can register as Inspector of Works, which means our graduates may be offered with position which requires him to assist the professional engineer in the supervision of engineering works. So this program is also offering attractive and affordable price with tuition fees of 23,000 for Malaysian. You will get to experience Melaka Bandaraya Bersejarah with lower living expenses compared to most cities in Malaysia, great food, variety of cultures, and you get to hold a globally recognized diploma certification. Now let's move to the entry requirement of the program. For SPM, UEC, and STPM, the basic requirement is to pass this examination. And with a pass in English, as the medium of instruction in MMU is English language. So looking into specific requirements, we need 3 credits for SPM, inclusive of 1 math subject, 1 science, technical, or vocational subject. For UEC, minimum grade B in 3 subjects, inclusive of 1 math and 1 science, technical, and vocational subject. For STPM, you need to pass in math and 1 science, technical, or vocational subject. For more information on the accepted science, technical, and vocational subjects, you may direct your inquiry to MMU's admission team. Yeah, quite long to list out here. For those with certificate, for example, Sijil Kemahiran Malaysia, let's say, you might need to have a 1-year experience in order to join us. But if let's say you don't have it, no worries. We still can be accepted, but you will have to undergo 1 bridging program for 1 trimester and then proceed with the program. So now let's look into the program structure. So to complete the DEE program, you will have to complete 8 trimesters, which is around 2 years and 9 months. And you will be introduced to general knowledge, including Mata Pelajaran Pengajian Umum, or MPU subjects for private universities. So those whom did not take physics or add maths in your SPM or UEC, no worries, it's got you covered because we are going to cover the necessary topics again in our subjects. And then next, you will be exposed to important electronic subjects along with how to analyze electric and electronic circuits and the instruments to be used to perform the necessary measurements. So microcontrollers are introduced to incorporate those learned electronic components into a functional circuit. So in preparation for our graduates to face IR 4.0 and also IoT. So towards the end of the program, students are required to build a functioning prototype in their final year project. And students also have to undergo 16 weeks of industrial training to experience real life working environment to further prepare them before joining the workforce. So after completion of DEE program, okay, so you may choose to join the workforce, or you can choose to further your studies either in MMU or in other local or international institutions. So say you choose to join the workforce. Possible positions for DEE graduates are commonly technician or assistant engineer or any other similar level position. So the good thing about electronic is they are everywhere. So therefore, the job spectrum is not limited and you can fit in almost any field that needs electronics to work with. So if you choose to further your study, you can continue in related bachelor degree programs such as electrical or robotics or mechanical and so on. Or maybe along the way, you realize that your interest is more towards IT or management, say, so you can continue on within your field of interest. Okay, so that's why DE graduates are quite flexible. Okay, so after you finish your diploma program, you can go ahead along with what you feel that it is interests you more. Okay, so let's look further into going into bachelor degree program. DE graduates have the opportunity to shorten the duration through credit transfer. So Ms. Tong Liwa just now mentioned on shortening the degree program, right? So credit transfer allows you to reduce the number of subjects at bachelor degree level, provided that the subject is 80% covered by the similar subject at diploma level. So for DEE graduates continuing on FET's bachelor degree program, they will only need a minimum of 3 years to graduate, but it differs between one program to another. Okay, so based on our benchmarking exercises with other institutions, we found out that our syllabus or content of subjects are generally wider and having greater depth. With this, chances for you to maximize your credit transfer in other institutions are high as well. So to end my presentation, let me show you some of our babies and our pride. Okay, so you can see there, Mr. Pelvin, Ms. Nurul, and also Mr. Jabis are currently servicing our nation as engineers. So all three of them completed the engineering bachelor's program in MMU. So looking further to the right, there is Mr. Lim Zihao, completed his bachelor degree in management in MMU also. And he is the founder and CEO of his own company named RoboForce, providing engineering services and trainings for the public. And on the lower left, what we have is Mr. Iqbal. He is yet to continue his studies in bachelor degree level, but he is now a senior technician in Infineon Technologies in support and maintenance division. So to all of our DE graduates, kindly be informed that we are proud of you wherever you are. So with that, I would like to invite you to come and be part of the DEE family. And thank you for your time. And back to you, Mr. Mustafa. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ernie, Melina. It was well explained in detail in your sections. Okay, moving on. With us, we have Mr. Lee Kian Seong, Program Coordinator, a Senior Lecturer for Diploma in Mechanical Engineering, also from the Faculty of Engineering and Technology, FET. Mr. Jin Kian, do you mind to explain to us about your Diploma in Mechanical Engineering, overview and other detail as well? Over to you, Mr. G.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mustafa, for the kind introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. G. Okay, I'm the Senior Lecturer in Faculty of Engineering and Technology here in MMU Malacca campus. I'm currently the Program Coordinator for our new Diploma in Mechanical Engineering program. It was actually just started last year. It was just approved last year. And we have started our intake this year itself. So we actually work very much hard to start this program here because we find that actually there is quite a program that is sought by many students. Okay, so let me just share my slides here. So for me to start the presentation. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Okay, thank you. Sorry for the delay. Okay, the information I'm about to present here is available through this QR code. This QR code, if you scan, brings you to the webpage for Diploma in Mechanical Engineering, or in short, we call it DME. Okay, so you don't worry if you miss any information which I presented here. You still can go to the particular website to gain the information. Okay, so the program is recognized by ETEC, or Engineering Technology Accreditation Council, which is under the Board of Engineers Malaysia. One of the main reasons, as I said again, why we wanted to start this Diploma in Mechanical Engineering is because of the favorable market survey responses which we obtained from the industries. We actually sent out many surveys to about 100 over industries, and the response was very good that they were seeking many diploma graduates, and particularly in the mechanical engineering field. Okay, so as you would know, mechanical engineering is one of the top in-demand disciplines of engineering due to the graduates being very versatile and knowledgeable in many different fields. Okay, these are the entry requirements for our program. Basically, it's the same with Diploma in Electronics Engineering. We do accept SPM, UEC, STPM, and so on. Again, you might want to check this out in our website so that you check whether you actually meet the requirements. Okay, you can always go to our website or talk to our counselors, which are available on the website page. Our staff comprised of a wide variety of different type of lecturers. Some are from the industry, meaning they work in industry for many years, few years, and some are actually doctorates, PhD holders. So we have many different types of knowledge and experience that we share with our students. But of course, not only these lecturers will teach you all. I mean, the lecturers from the degree program, which is the Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering, will also teach you the students even in diploma. Okay, because the diploma and degree are both from the same group. Okay, we have an industrial advisor also. Okay, he's I owe Mr. Goh. He's a senior mill engineer in palm oil industry, and our external examiner is Associate Professor Dr. Abdullah Aziz bin Saad. He's the Deputy Dean actually from USM. Okay. What will you basically learn in Diploma in Mechanical Engineering? Okay, I obviously will not go through in detail this, but basically you again need to go, because it's a STEM course. You have mathematics. You have subjects such as pure science like physics and chemistry. You have subjects which are related to engineering. I mean, not directly to mechanical engineering, but related, such as electrical, materials, measurement, instrumentation. Subject which is very much related to a hot trending word, Industrial Revolution 4.0, computer applications, how to manage a project also. The core subjects that you will study in for mechanical engineering: workshop, drawing, mechanics, thermodynamics, strength materials, and so on. And at the end of your studies, we do give you a choice to choose an elective. I mean, elective is like you have to choose one of these subjects which you feel would interest you or guide you maybe in your CV when you apply for a job next time. Of course, all those subjects are not crammed up in the 8 semesters that you are with here. Okay, so you can see the subjects are distributed accordingly in the different trimesters. Again, this information is in our website, so do go on to our website to view this also. Okay. Having studied those subjects, as you can see here, this is Diploma in Mechanical Engineering, and this is our I would say our brother, Bachelor of Engineering Mechanical. Our subjects are very much benchmarked against the degree subjects. Means you can actually credit transfer the subject. Like example here, number 6. When you have taken this subject, when you go to the degree, if you choose to continue your degree, you do not have to take this subject again. You actually can skip the subject. Okay, so there are up to 13 subjects in degree which you can actually skip once you have graduated from the DME program and progress to the degree program. So after DME, what are your options? Actually, there are two general options which are actually encouraged. The first option here, as I've just mentioned, is for you to go into Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical, which is also in FET, at Multimedia University Malacca campus, okay? And if you do that, as we have mentioned earlier by Ms. Tong, the diploma is 2 years and 9 months. And because you already are able to credit transfer a lot of subjects, the total years and months that you progress from the start of a DME to the time you graduate would be 5 years and 9 months. Okay, again, this view here shows the actual subjects from the degree in mechanical engineering, and it shows what subjects that you can actually skip. You don't actually have to retake the subject again. Okay, so except for one, you could just need to take this Maths 2 when you're in your first semester of your second year in degree in mechanical engineering. Your second option, if you choose not to progress to a degree, if you choose to join the workforce, what are your career prospects? Okay, you can be a mechanical technician. You can join the oil and gas industry, heating, ventilation, and aircon. You can even be a machine design supervisor, and so on. I just wanted to share with you here about the job prospects of not just being a graduate in diploma in mechanical engineering, but also in general, mechanical engineering in general. So I have this website here. Okay, just give me a minute while it connects. I can see mechanical engineering is one of the oldest engineering fields, but as you can see, it's obviously because you have data science and machine learning, that's like the trending one here, and automation. But you see, mechanical engineering is still one of the top engineering in demand jobs, okay, in this worldwide. Okay, so it's still very much in demand. And if I just go to jobstreet.com, you know, this is a typical website a lot of people use. You can see here, if I use the keyword search of mechanical engineering and using the fields of mechanical and manufacturing, there's still a lot of jobs that one can still find, even from Daikin, you know, Daikin Aircon, Motorola Solutions. And the types of job also vary, that from becoming a design engineer to becoming a manufacturing engineer. They do accept, even if you're just a mechanical graduate, you see, degree in mechanical, they do accept. In Hatta Lega, this is one of the top rubber gloves production, is making good money now due to COVID, obviously. Okay, so as you can see, the job prospects for a mechanical engineer is very much good, very good, and very bright. Okay, that all of us here in FET would like to actually present. We thank you all for your time with us today. If you have further information, again, you can just go to our website, and these are the information of the direct person you can contact if you have further information. Or again, you can just join any of our virtual Meet MMU sessions, and we are more than glad to meet you. So I'll give it back the session back to Mr. Mustafa.
Thank you, Mr. G. Okay, moving on. Let me ask you a question for your group, guys. To start with, let me ask Ms. Tong questions. Why do you think that engineering is so important to our society? Can you describe your most successful teamwork experience? What made it so successful? Ms. Tong.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa, for the interesting question. I think this is a very important questions to look at, because especially now we have people getting less and less interested in STEM, in all these programs and all those STEM activities and all. So I think everyone should know why engineering is very important for our society. They need to know that actually engineering is the core of everything. Everything you do, regardless whether you are in medicine, you are in entertainment, you are in environment, engineering is behind all those things. So what do engineers do? Engineers actually bring ideas to reality. All right, it is very, I would say it's equally as important as medicine or law, right? Because we are the ones that make things happen. Engineers don't just sit back and watch every time you have an issue, every time you have problems. Like I mentioned earlier, we make people's life easier, we solve problems. So engineering is really an important job or career prospect in the industry, in the society. Without engineers, we probably were still living in caves, right? So I think engineers, like for example, in this COVID-19 pandemic, probably we highlight those frontliners are those in the medical and all. But look at another point of view. Think about during this pandemic, how do we communicate? How about those emails? How about those meetings, those video conferencings, even like now, webinar? How are these happening? It's all behind all of us. The engineers are actually doing this job. Without them designing all these ideas in the first place, I think communication will never happen in this this pandemic, right? So think about how about medical supplies. Think about medical instruments that keep the people healthy during this COVID-19 pandemic. Well, I would say engineers are actually the unsung hero here, right? That makes things possible. So that's why I feel engineering is actually a very important profession. So that's why I think that if you are still considering, yes, do consider engineering. You make a difference in people's life, all right? So for me, actually, I enrolled as engineer, but I chose a teaching profession simply because I have a different perspective in life. I would like to encourage the generation. I would like to push them. I like to make sure that we have younger generations. I can train them to be engineers so that they can build a better future, not for me only, probably for my children, probably for my future generations and all. Right, so that is why I feel engineering is really an important job, not what job, well, it is an important career for all. I hope everyone will have a passion in engineering, especially those that are still in STEM, those are taking science and all. I hope you consider engineering as part of your top choice if you ever joined, if you want to join a multimedia university. Back to you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Encik Mustafa.
Okay, thank you for your explanations, long, lengthy details. Okay, next, I would like to ask Mr. G about your experience based on your industrial working experience as an engineer. Could you briefly explain the subject or syllabus that you study in MMU, or the importance of the actual engineering practice that you have experienced too? So describe the challenge that you run into at work and how do you solve it and how do you apply all the subject or syllabus that you've learned in MMU in real life? Mr. G.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mustafa. Okay, well, I actually joined MMU in 2009. So before that, I was working in two different types of industry. One was in the glove making industry and another in the semiconductor industry. So there were two different types of technology level, as I would say. But I can honestly say, you know, a lot of times students say, "Oh, this I don't really going to apply in industry." But from my working experience, even in the glove industry, when I handled machines or chemical pumps or even heating and ventilation systems, everything that we do cover in our subject syllabus is actually really relevant. Okay, some chemicals, thermodynamics, heating, mechanical system, roller chains, even fluid mechanics. Everything is really relevant. As I can say, it's not just a subject that we include in our course just to, you know, to torture students or anything like that, but it's really relevant because we want to give everyone a general education which will help them in future next time. I hope that answers your questions, Mustafa. Back to you.
Okay, it is, yeah, a little bit. Okay, Miss Sunny, Aldina, one last question for you. What makes FET's diploma programs better or superior as compared to other institutions in your experience or observations? What do you think?
In my opinion, recognition by DEM specifically Engineering Technology Accreditation Council is very important quality that we have because only a handful of private university or institution is having this recognition. Hence, that is one of our main strengths. And then I think that we are having a multiracial and multinational community here in MMU. So having English as medium of instruction, the employers observe that our graduates are having better interpersonal skills, better communication skills, and better confidence in fitting into the workforce. I think that's all for my opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Helmi, Malina. That was a good explanations and details. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, we have come to an end to our show. For those of you interested more about Faculty of Engineering and Technology, you can come and meet us over at our Google Meet. You can log on to our website and set an appointment with us. And then if you have any further question, you could just log on to our website and find out details on any particular subject or courses that you are interested in. With that, I would like to thank you, all the presenters. And I would like to thank you all for listening and your time to have it here with us today. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wonder how fast intelligent machines run on 5G? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Wonder how creative content and online businesses are mastered? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Wonder how cybersecurity and law function? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Find out all these and many more at Multimedia University, because MMU is you, leading the digital future. Visit mmu.edu.my.